All right, guys, we are here at Overland Expo, and I'm here with the owner Dave from Globe Trekker, right? I said that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Globe Trekker. I wanted to showcase them. I want to do a full video with them because, first of all, Dave and I just hit it off. We're now buddies for life. And he has a fantastic background. Can I say veteran? Yeah,
sure.
You're a veteran. And he came up with a really awesome product that I feel that is not only superior, but also he's one of the most intelligent people in this space. So we're gonna get into what Globe Trekker does. All right, guys, I am out here at camp. Let's see, I'll spin around for everybody. You know, I took the Sandy van for the demo van. I took their van for the weekend, and I was attending a show. Sandy Vans has a very robust electrical system, which you've probably heard about in my videos with them. You know, when I camp with them, you've heard about their system. It's great. However, in some cases where, not like today, we have cloudy days, and I actually had 2 cloudy days in a row where I didn't get any solar, and I'd have to turn on the engine to recharge the batteries. Because listen, I do cooking with the microwave. I'll do cooking on the induction cooktop. I will power my laptop. I'll do all those things. For backup power, I was able to bring the BLUETTI AC300 with the BLUETTI B300 battery. I'm gonna do something a little bit that not unconventional, but it's a possibility. Now, it does have a 30 amp, outlet right there that I could actually take that 30 amps and plug it right into the van itself. But I also know the Sandy vans, they actually make it so it can be plugged into a 20 amp circuit because you don't want to overload that system and it'll trip it. So my trusty extension cord, which I don't even need to be that long, and I will be able to start recharging the van battery. This is kind of like acting as shore power. Your shore power plug is right underneath here. Okay, so I plugged it in down there. Now we're gonna go to here and we're gonna turn AC output on, and then voila. We should be charging up that battery here very shortly. Now I'm gonna do something in a second. Yep, here we go. We got 300, I don't know if you guys can see it right there. We got some wattage going out on the AC load, and that literally right now is now transferring that battery into the van battery. Let's go inside now. I think I ran my batteries down in the van here. I ran it down to 52%, okay? But now I've got the sun, it's green lit, now it's charging, and I've got the shore power icon is also charging it, okay? So now I am doubling up. I'm getting the BLUETTI charging up the van, as well as the 180 some odd watt of solar on the van as well. Now, if I really wanted to get crazy, I could also I have some foldable solar panels back here. I could get the solar panels to hook right up into the BLUETTI, or actually go right into the battery here. I have a bag full of goodies here that have MC4 connectors. And as long as my solar panels have MC4 connectors, then I can then connect them together, and then that comes right into this unit, and that will actually recharge this unit. So you can now angle your solar panels at the sun. Right now it's like high noon, so it's pretty much perfect to be laying flat, which is why I'm getting great solar on the van. The benefits of having this in a van with you is now you have backup power, extra battery power. You have plenty of more watt hour, 3,000 extra watt hour in battery. However, you could also, if you could set up camp like some of these people around me, you could set up tents, you could have a hammock set up and stuff like that. You could set up an actual camp, and now you can bring your power to the outside. You don't have to use the van power. Now you can, cook outside. Glacier's loving life apparently. And you can do that sort of thing where you can have an induction cooker outside. You can do all of that just by having the BLUETTI AC300 and the B300 on the outside as well. So this has a 3,000 watt inverter, so it has plenty of room to plug in an induction and run that if need be. So make sure you guys click on that link below and get your own BLUETTI AC300 and B300. Again, you can also stack the batteries. It's amazing. Stack the batteries. I think you can go up to, I think it said 6 when I did the initial review for them, that is a lot of power. If not, I know you can do 3 for sure. A lot of the photos and such, they show 3 in the video, in the photos. I could potentially run an entire van just with using this system by itself. Unreal. Maybe your elevator pitch of what Globe Trekker is before we even get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, sure. So basically speaking, we're an overland expedition solutions company, and we provide solutions that I think are top notch, but we also are affordable. So part of our mission statement is to make sure that you have the top notch products that you possibly can, but at an affordable price, so that everybody can afford it. Not everybody has $1.2 million. You know, I just had a client here that just said,
yeah,
you know, I haven't ever seen this kind of stuff before, and how is it that you can sell it at such a low price? And I'm like, you know, we're more enthusiasts than we are about making a buck.
Yeah.
Yes, we are in business, but you know, there's enough margin there. We don't need to really bilk the client. This is actually kind of a smaller box than what we normally do.
Okay.
This is about 13 feet long.
Okay.
And so we do boxes that are a little bit smaller than this, but generally speaking, it's boxes that would fit an F550 or larger.
Okay.
2.5 inch panel, 2.5 inch aluminum extrusion with thermal break.
Okay.
Very rugged, very heavy. However, in about a month, we're going to be putting out our 1.5 inch panel, which is a lightweight version. We redid all of the extrusions to make it 1.5 inch, still thermal break, still has all of the cool stuff that Globe Trekker is known for, but it's lighter weight for smaller vehicles. So we're talking about Jeep Gladiator being the smallest,
okay,
clear up to about F350, because those vehicles, believe it or not, I mean, we're talking an F350, you think, well, that it could haul a lot.
Yeah.
But when you're overlanding and you put a big camper on it, well, now it's starting to decrease, and it's very easy to exceed the gross weight of those smaller vehicles. And I know F350 doesn't sound small, but compared to an F550 or a Stewart & Stevenson M1078, it's a very small vehicle.
What I love about you guys, Globe Trekker, is can you assemble the box, or is it all shipped to me flat packed?
So very good question, because
yeah,
you know, sometimes I get roped into a build.
Okay.
But very good question. So Globe Trekker, being a solutions company, we provide a flat pack kit.
Okay.
So all of the panels are pre-cut, all of the extrusions are pre-cut. You'll get engineering prints on every little piece and part. We also have videos online that'll take you step by step how to build each of our products.
Yeah, you have a YouTube channel yourself, right?
Yes.
Is it just Globe Trekker?
It's RV Globe Trekker.
RV Globe Trekker, okay. And then, actually, can we show this kind of model off? Because that's
sure
what kind of was right here.
So this is the panel that we use for the 2.5. It's polyisosanurate. It is a closed cell foam that is structural. You can't squeeze it. It's not squishy like XPS, EPS, or even PUR.
Okay.
And then we also know that you don't ever put FRP, which is a hard surface, against a soft surface, because you're liable to delaminate easier. That's why a lot of panel companies will only do white,
okay,
because the thermal expansion will increase the onslaught of that delamination. So what we have is a product called Asdel. So
and that's
this
the
is
filler gap. That's the filler in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a panel, and Asdel replaces Luan. Luan is the old plywood stuff that you normally would rot and come apart. But this is totally impervious to water, no organics in it, and what we use is called Asdel Z. Asdel Z has fibers in it and also epoxy. Also, this is closed cell, so it will float. I had a piece floating in water for 3 years until it completely froze solid, broke the bottom of the jar out. I was like, well, there's my experiment gone. But the panel was still floating away. It didn't have any cracks in it. It wasn't filled with water. So anyway, good stuff. Fire retardant too. The best fire retardant. So here is the other part of Globe Trekker that's really pretty remarkable. We do all of our extrusions. We engineer everything. So we have the dies made, do all the tooling, and we extrude this as one piece. This is our signature 2.5 inch corner extrusion. You can see this black part right here.
Yeah.
This is a thermal break. So epoxy is poured into here. It's a proprietary epoxy product, but it's not anything new. This is in every skyscraper in the world, and that's how they take care of condensation issues on the inside of a skyscraper. So here is your inside here. So you don't have metal that actually transfers that heat or cold to the inside.
Okay.
So that helps eliminate any condensation issues. It makes it a little bit more thermally efficient. So it being thermally efficient, you can run a much smaller AC unit, a much lower, smaller heating unit, and the heater isn't kicking on all night long. Integrated into that, we have these 80/20 T-rails, and they are advantageous for bolting on your brush guards. And you can see our brush guard material is very stout. It's not like your top rail, chain link fence top rail that I've seen at many different places. This is 1/8 inch thick, and with the T-rail, it just bolts right on.
Perfect.
This is made to be absolutely strong, and if you were to smash into something, the weak part is the bracket, because the bracket is the cheapest piece. You replace the bracket, you're good to go.
And then these are all looks like your engineering plans for all of your boxes or whatever.
Yep. So these are just samples. Your engineering, if you buy a Globe Trekker Habitat, your engineering plans will be probably 7 or 8 pages long.
Okay.
Each panel, you'll see the dimensions of each panel, the dimensions of each extrusion, how it all goes together, but they are very professional engineering plans.
I did a tiny house and I ordered a frame kit. So it's a lot like that, where it came with a whole, 18 page or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Frame kit instructions, and that's exactly kind of what you did for us here. It's actually pretty smart. I like that.
Yeah.
So you can put it into a flatbed, or you could slide it into a truck bed.
The smaller versions, like I was telling, the Gladiator up to the F350.
Yep.
We're making 11 different versions of that.
Okay, so you have a bunch of SKUs.
Different sizes,
Yeah.
right? So some of them can slide in,
Okay.
and then some of them will be on a flatbed. The larger ones, there is a zero torsion subframe that we also manufacture. Everything's built in the USA. Just wanted to say that out loud.
Yeah, you gotcha.
So the zero torsion subframe, its job is to do 2 things. One of them, if your suspension is very, very stiff, so if this was bolted directly to the frame of your truck, if your suspension is very stiff, when you go over terrain, you'll spin a wheel because you're tricycling. A zero torsion subframe allows your frame to twist like it's supposed to maintain traction on the ground. That's how the Unimog was built. But you also want to maintain your Habitat or your camper in a torsion-free environment. So this one has a 4-point torsion or 4-point pivot system. 2 pivots, or a pivot in the rear, pivot in the front, that allow the whole thing to just do this. And then you have 2 pivots in the center that are axial pivots that are attached to the frame. Somebody described this to me perfectly. It was like, think about somebody who is bringing you drinks in a bar, and they have all the drinks on a tray, and they're walking around, and all this is underneath is moving around like it needs to. But this tray is perfectly flat, perfectly level, not spilling anything. That's pretty much what we're doing here with this box.
Oh, okay.
We don't want the box to be in torsional twist, because we know that any time that you're bending something back and forth enough times, it'll create a crack, and now you have a leak.
Again, you have numerous amounts of types of, boxes available. I love how you guys have a DIY, by the way. That's freaking awesome. I have an F250 right now.
Yeah.
If I was to buy a flat pack from you, let's say if I want to slide it into the bed, not removing the bed, what's something like that? What would that run me?
So we do have cost models for that yet.
Okay.
It's going to be released in about a month.
Okay. So thank you. Okay.
I haven't memorized. I haven't memorized the cost, but something like that is going to be like sub-20s for sure. I want to say it's around 15 or 16. That will include brush guards, by the way.
Oh, you're perfect.
And the camper jack mount, so that you can lift it off.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
And the camper jack mounts are really cool. They're not monstrous like this. These are monstrous because they are holding big, big weight,
Right.
big time stuff.
What is the chassis of this? It looks like a Fuso?
This is in a Isuzu.
An Isuzu, excuse me.
Yep.
Is it yours?
No, this belongs to. So half of our clients are DIY.
Yes.
Half of our clients are folks that either they don't have the space, they don't have the time, or they're older, they don't have the ability to lift panels, that kind of stuff. You can go to a builder, which we have builders all across the U.S.
Oh.
And MVAV, Mountain View Adventure Vehicle, is one of the builders. They happen to be out of Tucson. We're really close to Tucson, so
Yeah.
So they actually build out the interior. They do the solar. They do the electrical. They do the water.
Okay, so that's their build.
That's their build.
Oh, okay. I like that. Okay. But like you did say, and I like this aspect of it, half of your clientele is DIYers.
Yes. Yes.
So if I was to do this myself, I could go out and find my own Isuzu. I could get the rest of the zero torsion flat. I could get the box off of you, and then I could build out my inside.
That's right.
Okay.
So you basically come to us with a chassis, and
Yeah.
then we discuss, well, how much space do you have,
Mm-hmm,
and then I'll help you figure out what subframe would be on it, if it needs a subframe, what size habitat, the biggest size that you can go with, and then you just kind of say, well, maybe I don't want a departure angle, I want a rectangle rear. So there's all kinds of different things. I have a big conversation with you about, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to?
Sure.
Because I want you to. I'm an enthusiast like many of your viewers are.
Yeah.
I want you to be happy with it the first time and not, a year later living in it. Gee, I wish I had this, and then you end up, having to sell that maybe at a loss or something, and then. There's all kinds of horror stories. I want you to be one and done. Through a big conversation about things, so to help you, and I'm not making the decision for you. I'm just helping you based on the information that I've gotten from other clients and my own experiences to help you try to find make the best decision for you and your family.
Well, thank you so much, Dave. That is articulately beautifully said. Thank you. Where can we find you? I know you have social everywhere. And then you have a website as well. So where can we find you so people want to buy your boxes from you and the rest of your extrusion and plans and just have a wonderful conversation with Dave?
Sure. Easiest way is our website, which all of our prices are transparently located on there.
Okay.
We have videos copiously on there as well. So it's www.rvglobetrekker.com.
Okay.
And Trekker is Trekker.
You have the Instagram, you got the Facebook, you got the YouTube. You can find it all even on your website, like you just said. Guys, check them out. I mean, Dave is just such a sweet soul, and I think he deserves more recognition online than you've been getting, because I think that you are one of the most intelligent in this game. So,
thank you, sir.
In
Go
the
Army.
industry. Go Army. That's right. Love it. All right. Yes. Thank you so much, Dave.
All right, thank you.